G'day and welcome to Galley Chats. I'm Dean Harrison, your chef and host. This is a place where not only the food is cooked, but where the crew drop in, the conversations just roll. It's the heart of the boat and everyone's got a story, so grab a bite and let's get into it. Okay, so we have Mike here, who is an engineer on a yacht, and I actually met him on a boat called Ching in Alaska. And this particular boat, I was freelancing at the time, so I got a call when I was sitting on a beach in Tel Aviv. I don't know what happened to your chef. I don't know if I ever actually asked you, but I flew from Tel Aviv to Alaska within like 24 hours and landed on the boat that he was on. So that's the last time I kind of saw you, right?
Yeah, except in Monaco, we saw each other for that night.
Oh, we did? Did we?
Yeah, you don't remember it.
I don't remember that, yeah. But anyway, so we'll talk about that later. But for now, I think I just want to go back to like where you grew up and because you're half Polish, right?
Full Polish.
Full Polish.
Yeah, there's like genetically, there's nothing English about, like
that's
nothing
crazy.
From the UK about me.
I thought you were half for some reason.
No. It's just the way I speak, because I was raised there. So basically, yeah, born in Poland, moved to the UK when I was 6. So from there, you develop the twang, the slang, and
you
all
definitely
that.
have.
Yeah, a little bit, innit? But yeah.
So wait, you grew up in Poland till you were 6, and what was that like? Like, where did you grow up? Where can you describe? You said it's like in a village. You were in like a little.
Bro, honestly, Kierzkowo is the name of the village. Yeah, population 60. Maybe
60.
Yeah, half of that is probably my family anyway. No, I'm being serious. Eh? My gran has like 14 siblings.
Really?
Yeah, and so basically, my mum she went to London first to find job, a life, etc.
What made your mum choose the UK? Like, was it just the place that you could like more opportunities?
You know what? Yeah, that was about 2005. So the UK was more welcoming and opening and looking for people. Like a lot of people were going there. Back then, the pound was strong. It's still strong now, but it's much stronger then. Obviously, the Polish economy was much lower. I wouldn't say weaker, it was still pretty strong, but you could earn a lot more there and come back, and a lot of people do that.
Live a good...
Go away, get a lot of money, come back.
Better life or...
Exactly, better life, better money, better future, like prospects and stuff. So
yeah.
That was the movement process.
And you said you were working or helping your mum when you were like 11 as well. What were you helping her with?
So the first time I ever stepped on a building site, I was like 8.
Really?
Yeah.
On the tools?
Yeah. I was on the broomstick.
The broomstick.
Little high vis and all that. But it was, it was like, because it was a workers' family, it was normal for us to just go there and, like help out at the beginning. But it kind of, now, from the beginning, it instilled so much work ethic and so much like, if you want something, you got to work for it kind of thing. So it kind of, it was good. And then my mum was obviously cleaning. So you'd be like, all right, you either stay home or you go, on the weekend, help your mum.
Yeah.
And you'll be there, she'll be cleaning the house and let's say she has like 3 houses in a day. But you come in, you start hoovering everything and she's doing the toilet, and then you go there and then, you switch jobs.
Wow.
So you're kind of like speeding up the process, getting money and then dipping, you know what I mean? Like, so yeah,
nice.
That's...
Were you getting paid as well, or she took all the money?
Yeah, I was getting paid in food and a home on the roof under your head, bro.
Fair enough. So you're helping on like building sites and stuff, but what kind of drew you towards being an engineer? Or did you want to be a yacht engineer, or just specific like?
Nah, bro.
No, just an engineer. Or...
No, so the whole yachting transition was. So I like dabbling in things like creating things, seeing how things work and stuff. I was very interested in technology.
Interesting.
And then, one of my teachers was like, oh, you should do engineering, go into engineering, this is what you can do. But with engineering, I had to do maths and physics. And I wasn't bad at science.
Yeah.
But maths, I was like, bit of a sticky one still, innit?
Not into it.
But it was more like, you then had that mindset instilled, if you work on something, you can get it. So I had to knuckle down on the maths.
Because you really wanted to be an engineer, or like you just...
You know what it was? I had the teacher tell me, because I was kind of, so this is another thing, I was dabbling in the judo part. I was trying to be a full-time athlete and stuff like that.
Forgot about that.
And the teacher told me that I can't do both at the same time.
Uh-huh.
And I was like, cool, watch me, innit?
Watch.
So the whole point was just to prove someone, and it was in a good way, you know what I mean? Prove someone wrong that I can do both things.
Yeah.
So when I finally got into uni, which took about 2 years, because I failed my first year availables, failed, innit? And I had to crack down, did like 11 exams in 1 year. And then the whole judo start, injuries. Anyway, got into the uni. And the judo at the same time. So then I was on like Great Britain for a little bit.
Yeah. What, the team?
Yeah. It didn't last long, innit? Don't get me wrong, it didn't last long.
That's cool though.
Yeah.
Can you tell us about that actually? Just like how did you get picked? How's that even happen?
So you know what, right? So basically the way you get selected onto like England squad or the GB squad is you basically have to win a medal at nationals, which is a competition at the end of the year. Anyway, but you have to win certain competitions during the year. Like you have to have a certain amount of points to get selected to be able to fight in that competition. You fight the competition, and then basically if you win a medal, you get put on the squad.
Gotcha.
Right? The first time I won a medal, I was in the juniors. I won like a bronze. Obviously, man, didn't have a passport, innit? I was UK I had a Polish passport.
Oh, right.
So I wasn't even a British citizen. You know what I mean?
Wow. Okay.
So then obviously, because I wasn't even a British citizen, they're like, okay, cool, chat to us when you are.
So you had to wait till you get the passport.
So that was the only thing so I was like, because I was under 18, I was like to my mum, like, yeah, I mean to dabble in this passport thing, innit? Let's do it together.
Figure it out.
Yeah, so basically what happened is my mum had to get the passport so I could get it. And then once she got it, the next year I was already in seniors. Once you win a medal at seniors, you basically get put in the squad, or the GB squad by then. So then obviously I bought the full kit and everything, you know. Attended some of the training camps, but it was trying to dabble in the training camps and doing an engineering dissertation. And COVID as well, it was peak COVID.
Oh shit.
And I was just like, it's a bit of a sticky year still.
I feel like that's your life though. Like we're going to talk about it soon, but like you being told you can't do something is like you're going to prove someone wrong.
It's a messed up mentality, isn't it? But because you got to select it, you know what I mean? Someone's like, oh, you can't drink 2 bottles of vodka. All right, cool, innit?
Watch me. So is that what kind of creates that drive? Is like coming from, you know, immigrating to another country, and like, because you got like a lot of drive, and you've done a lot of things in your life already, and you're super young. So do you think you're always trying to feel like you need to prove something, or it's just like someone tells you can't do something and you want to do it? Where does that come from, you think?
You know what, yeah? That's actually a good, like, you know, so obviously the older I get, the more self-reflection you start doing. But it's, I think it is that being, you know, because you were always, we had a very different childhood, didn't it? Like, you know, we had to work. When we weren't working, we had to learn. And then after school, we were doing Polish school just in case we were sent back to our country, you know what I mean? Like back to Poland. Because things were undecided back then, you know? Obviously, little immigrants fucking rowing the English Channel into the boat. I'm joking, we didn't do that.
Did you catch a plane in?
Yeah, we took a plane. I can't even remember that first plane ride. Anyway.
You're super young.
Yeah. But I think it comes from not being underappreciated, but being maybe like, you know, just so out of it, because, you know, everyone's got their own focus. You know, you had to almost go above and beyond to exceed, to sort of show yourself, you know what I mean? And because the whole family, like, it's a big family, you know, we got uncles, aunties, we got cousins, God knows how many, you know? Like, I don't even know everyone's names, to be honest. Like,
whole village.
Yeah, probably. But yeah, it comes from that hard and working when I was young.
Yeah.
You know, you got to see your parents struggle. You know, your mum's grafting hours and hours, and you're there helping, trying to make it better. You kind of have to become the man of the house as well, you know, at such a young age, that you just kind of lose all that childhood.
You grew up super quick,
yeah,
huh?
exactly. You know, so like, you know, when I was like 14, 15, everyone was like, oh, you're so like mature for your age. You don't really hear what they're saying, but you look back now and you're like, shit, you know what?
Yeah.
Someone doing this, this and this
It's a lot
at that age. Kid. Like I look at, you know, like someone my age now, I'm like, bro, catch a train, innit? Like when I was young, like I was in London, called up my coach. I'm like, oh, can I fight in the British Nationals for school championships? And he got me in, so I took a train from London to Birmingham, won the competition, then went back.
How far is that?
That's maybe like I don't want to lie, 3-hour train ride, 4-hour train ride. Like it's
big journey.
Yeah, it's a journey for like a 13, 14-year-old kid. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like, I wouldn't send my little sister out there into the world at 14.
No way.
I'd go with her now, you know what I mean? But yeah, it's just, you know, it instills that in you sort of, you know?
Yeah, you have to grow up real quick if like, you know, you're being put in these situations where you see, you know, my mum's single mum as well. And so you kind of like, I started work early as well. And you kind of, you grow up quick and like you figure shit out. You got no choice.
You got no choice.
Yeah.
Well, who else is going to pay the rent?
Exactly,
like,
exactly.
That's it. It's you can't really do much.
So then, okay, so you grew up in the UK and then what kind of got you, did you start yachting after that? Or did you have a few jobs, you know, when you kind of entered finished college or university?
So I went uni, did engineering. Don't get me wrong, I don't know how I did the degree in it. Like, I was just friends with the smart people.
Did you just copy them?
I wouldn't say copy in it. We had deals, innit?
Yeah.
You do this, I do this. You know what I mean? But it was peak COVID, and obviously, like, so this was my uni life, yeah. Training, trying to succeed, because I wanted to go Olympics for my judo,
yeah.
Wanted to go Olympics. Wanted to push engineering, finish engineering, and the teacher that said that I couldn't do it, he actually passed away during that, like just before I started engineering. And it made financial sense because once I started focusing on education, there was like bursaries on offer, scholarships on offer. So basically, if I went uni, they would have given me like 10 grand.
No way.
You know, in scholarships, bursaries, stuff like that. So it was kind of a no-brainer. You know, I mean, don't get me wrong. I took a year out, and I was like, I'm going to be a businessman, entrepreneur. You know what I mean? And then my mum was like, get to uni, innit?
What? Really? No,
nah,
you better.
She wouldn't slap me, but she was like, like, make sure you do that. Because, you know, going back to coming from a working family, going into higher education is, you know, like, my mum finished uni, and she was like the first person to actually go in there and, you know, actually do something. So she was all for it, pushing us to go and stuff like that. So, but yeah, peak COVID, doing my dissertation. As I was doing my dissertation, I had the nationals again, so I was training hard. Had a fight. I think in that fight, there was I got hyperextension of all my ligaments in the fingers, so he fell on my fingers and they went all the way back because obviously strong fingers and all that, and they didn't break. They just all these ligaments just
bent all the way back.
Yeah. Because I even saw it because my hand was like this and then my head was looking at it and he just fell on top of it and I was like, that's going to hurt, innit?
You continued though?
So I continued the fight like an idiot, like I shouldn't. I really shouldn't have, innit? But that spirit, I don't know, stupidity, innit? Continued fighting. So now I'm fighting one-handed. Don't do that, innit? Picks me up, drops me and like fucking, can I say fucking?
Yeah, sure.
Pops out like it's like a level 2 dislocation of the AC or whatever this is called.
ACL.
Anyway, ACL is the knee.
Sorry.
I don't know.
Just chop onions for a living. I don't know anything about body. so you pop your shoulder.
I turn wrenches, bro.
Yeah, there you go.
But yeah, he was the guy that was fighting. You know, he was strong, fair enough, innit? But picked me up, dropped me, and then I looked at him. I'm like, done, innit, bro? Like the only time, and even my coach said it then, right? Bless him, George. He's like he's 60 something, maybe 70. And he looks at me. He's like, "This is the first time I saw a tear come out your eye. That's how I knew he was in pain, innit?" Because he just went one little tear, bro. I was like, oh, my coach saw me cry, bro. Am I a dickhead? No, but it hurt. Went to the tent, to the medic tent. They said, oh, you're going to have to go A&E. I'm like, what, so no one's going to take me? Yeah.
Really?
So I got in my car.
You had to drive yourself?
Yeah, bro.
Manual or auto?
Manual. Best story with that one was, we get back, because actually, I think it was my boy that drove. I think he drove back. Anyway, doesn't matter. We got back, and back at uni, and he looks at me, he's like, bro, so what now? Like, judo's nearly gone. I'm like, oh, let's go clubbing. You know what I mean?
You went out.
So I put a strap on, right? Taped up my fingers. So now we're out. So remember, this is so bad. I can't push a handle. I can't turn a knob on the handle or turn a key to open it, right? That's how bad the hand was. All purple, everything. Didn't go A&E, just went straight to the club.
Oh, you didn't even go?
I was probably it'll be fine tomorrow. Went out. So now I can't undo my zipper in the toilet.
Do you get someone to help you?
So I get my boy to help me. Now I love this guy, yeah.
How much?
But, yeah. So he couldn't just quickly undo it. He was struggling with it. So he looks around, takes a knee in the toilet, yeah. Trying to undo the zipper. And I'm like looking down. My boys are...
Well, you got to get it out as well.
No, that's not fine. I'll get it out myself. He just needed to undo the button because I couldn't undo the button.
Okay.
Yeah. So I just asked him to undo the button, innit?
That's a good friend, huh?
That's a very good friend. But then you get a lot of man coming in the toilet, innit? It's a club.
Yeah.
Everyone's like looking, watching what's going on. I'm like, what are you looking at? And yeah, that's a side story, bro.
On your knees, okay. Where were we?
Yeah.
Keep getting distracted here.
Going back to how I got into yachting, was it?
Yeah. So how you got into yachting? You're
going to need to chop in this thing, bro. It was pretty much peak COVID and finished my dissertation. It was either I go back to building site. Which is that's what I was saying. I used to work every weekend on the building site trying to get money on top of the training, on top of the engineering, exactly. And I was like, it's either building site or my boy, the same one that was helping with the zipper, he's like, why don't you try yachting? So peak COVID, everything's closed down. I jump in my little Polo 1.2. I'm like, yo, mum, I'm dipping, innit? Drove to south of France.
Oh, you drove here?
Yeah, I drove. It was like a 19-hour drive straight, no stops. No, I think I fueled up once on the way, innit?
That's good. That's good fuel consumption.
Yeah, come on. But
so then to Antibes or to where'd you kind of?
Yeah, it was actually in Yacht.
Oh, Yacht.
Yeah, so his family actually comes from Yacht, so they lived there. So I was actually kind of blessed with being able to stay at theirs, and while I found the job, did my courses here.
Nice.
Everything, yeah. So appreciate that, obviously.
So you got here and did all your courses, like you just kind of went for it. Like it wasn't like
back then, like I say back then it was 5 years ago, but we only did STCW, ZNG1, and maybe a PBO2, and then you look for a job. You know what I mean? Like now everyone's getting all these courses and
the extras.
It goes, and honestly, you pick and mix in it. You go from zero to hero, but nothing beats that experience, in my opinion.
No,
you know
for sure.
Like you can do, like even now we're on, like I'm out on deck helping with procedures, looking at people. Even though I'm an engineer, I'm out there looking around. I'm like, come on guys, like safety and all that. You got, but because that's just experience, you know.
Yeah.
Like you ever seen someone get whipped by a line? You know what I mean? Like if you've seen it, you would not allow anyone else to do it, to get whipped.
Yeah, it's I say that with all the chefs like wanting to get in the industry, like there's nothing better than like experience, and it's like whether it's in restaurants or doing stages or whatever, like going to these places, you know, hands-on experience, there's nothing like it. Like something a schoolroom can't teach you. Or
and yachting is a mad industry.
It is, yeah.
Yachting is crazy, bro. Like
bit of a Wild West.
You think about it, right? You're a grown man or woman, joining a house with random grown men, women, and kids, innit? You get the 18, 19, 20-year-olds. Like, I'm not saying kids, don't get me wrong, innit?
No,
some
kids.
people are mature, but you're young. And especially for those people that haven't got much life experience, they dipped out of school at 16, did their yachting courses, and now they're trying...
Straight into a boat.
it's not that glamorous life everyone portrays it to be. You got to work hard. You got to be on job. You know what I mean? Especially, like, I was in Australia. We got caught in a storm. And honestly, I had a chef from the mines, right? I had a stew that was from the ferries.
Oh shit!
Not actual flying ferries,
No,
the boat ferries, isn't it?
Yeah.
And
so not much experience.
and then we were dragging anchor, so the captain had to be up in the bridge, engines on, pushing us forward, while I was trying to get the guests back on the boat because they were stuck on the beach. I was like, what are we doing here? Like, anyway, that's industry, isn't it?
Yeah, no, I mean, that's a good point. Like, just coming back to when you see like yacht crew sitting at a restaurant, you're like, what is the dynamics here? Because you got these old engineers, you got young girls and boys. It's all over the place. And then also we all think like there is a very high standard in yachting, but I think it should be higher. I think there should be, more regulations, a little higher standard of service, not only from the chefs, stews, and the deck team. But as you say, like most of these people come over from wherever, South Africa, Australia, New Zealand, and they're just thrown into this world, and it's like,
yeah, and everyone,
it's crazy.
I don't know, we can get very political with this conversation, innit?
Yeah.
I don't know how far we can go with this.
Go for it.
Just let it ramble out.
We could cut it, but...
Yeah, we can cut it. But it's... You know what, yeah? There's... One thing I hate about yachting is rich owners that are broke. That are like... I understand you want a yacht, yeah, and you're rich enough to have a yacht, but not a lot of owners understand what it takes to actually run a yacht. You know what I mean? I don't want to call anyone out. I was speaking to owners, and they're like building a new boat, and they're already talking about how little crew it's going to need to run. And I'm like, hold on, brother. You're trying to build a 50 meter and you're doing it with 6 crew. Like, that's not going to run. Either, cool, you're going to slack in your maintenance, because someone's going to cut something somewhere. You know what I mean?
Whatever department it might be.
Exactly. Yeah. Whether they're cutting, whether it's going to be one chef, one stew, then you're cutting interior. But you're going to have 2 things. You're going to have either 3 people on deck, but then what? You're going to cut an engineer. You're going to have a deck engineer. And the problem is where people don't understand is, cool, yachts are a sinkhole of money, right? The second you buy a yacht, you're spending about 10 to 15% of the yacht's value a year for
upkeep,
crew, running costs, maintenance, you name it, provisioning. Bro, quick thing, yeah. The other day, I love watermelon, innit? So that fuels me, innit?
Where's this going?
The other day, I looked at the bill for watermelon, 250 euros for watermelon, fam.
What? How big is this watermelon?
Bugged out for 30 kilos. Nah, bro. That's like 8 euros a kilo.
A French watermelon, though.
The big ones,
yeah.
the Turkish ones, no? They come from Turkey, bro.
Oh, do they?
We used to grab them in the Turkish shops in London. You get them in pallets. And all of it, nah. Okay, that's
Who's expensive? Provisioned. Was it from a provisioner or from a...
Yeah, bro. Yeah. I understand giving yourself a little bit, but come on, bro. 250 euros for watermelon.
I once paid 30 euros per mango. That was insane. But they were delicious mangoes, though.
Yeah, I'll get you some delicious mangoes from Nicaragua, bro.
That's another story. I think generally, like, Europe's a little expensive. If you want the highest quality... I mean, how good was the watermelon? Did it taste good?
The same as the Turkish one, isn't it?
Okay, maybe not.
So, I know what you mean. Like, I can't really compare to what you can buy, innit? But
all right, so we need to move on here because we have a shit ton to talk about.
True.
So your first job on a yacht, do you remember that? Do you remember stepping on board? What was it? How big was it?
First job. So once I got into, we'll leave the day work one out because that was boring.
Yeah, your first like full-time gig.
Full-time gig.
Walking on the boat.
This was 60 meter. Can I say the name? Not really, no.
Up to you. No, it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. Anyway, 60 meter boat. I was obviously came down from south of France. It was like, I was like, finished my STCW. It's maybe like a week in, looking for jobs. They had like, they took about 3-day workers because remember it was peak COVID. but they had a charter booked.
Oh, wow.
So now they got 3-day workers to scrub the boat, get the boat ready, everything. But what basically happened, long story short, is I worked so hard. Like, they would have 2 deckies on doing one side, cleaning. They would put me, on purpose, put me on the other side by myself.
To prove yourself.
And I still detailed it, washed it, detailed, dry it, whatever I don't do deck anymore, innit? Whatever they do. Did all of that faster and better than they did like
Crazy.
2 or 3 or however many of them there were. And the chief officer was actually watching me from the inside, because so what they were doing is they were looking for a potential prospect to fire one of the guys.
It's like the Hunger Games or like Squid Games.
It was.
Right?
I didn't realize until we were sitting outside of the yacht eating lunch, because they gave us some food.
Outside.
And this guy that was just hired like a week or 2 ago, he was talking to me like, oh, I really need this job. And I'm like, brother, you're employed full time. Why are you talking to me about it? Like, but what he was doing is he was trying to instill some emotions in me. Which I then obviously later on I found out that they were actually looking for someone because they didn't like him.
Shit.
Yeah, so he must have sensed it
and
trying to get me and the other guy, the other day worker, to feel bad and not take the job. So when the bosun came to me and said, "Hey Mike, can I speak to you?" Went downstairs and he's like, "Look, I looked at your CV. You doesn't have like your certificates." I'm like, "Yeah, I've got my certificates. Like, what's wrong?" He's like, "If we were to offer you this job, would you take it?" Yes. He's like, "Oh, but that would mean we're gonna get rid of, so and so." And I'm like,
brutal.
Is that my problem? Like, that wasn't my problem. That's what it is. It's and I don't know if it still is, but it's a very cutthroat industry.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Like,
I mean, you did start as a decky, but did you think it was going to be that quick to become like a chief engineer on a 40 meter? Like, that's crazy.
You know what? It was again that drive though. Like, I hate hierarchy. That's why I always wanted to go to the army. But if I had a general shout at me, I'd slap him. I would. I would. I'm not even joking.
You don't like being told what to do?
I don't mind being told what to do if it's within reason and if it's a good, you know what I mean? It makes sense. The instruction is clear. I'm here to do a job in the end. You know what I mean? Like, if you're giving me a clear instruction, if you're telling me off for something that was either not my fault or it was unavoidable and we had to do it this way because there was a reason. If it was something stupid, fair enough. You know what I mean? You deserve a little point a finger shout at someone, cool. But you know how some hierarchies get a little bit power hungry and they're telling you off for the little things. And
yachting.
I'm like, look,
it happens
bro,
a lot in yachting.
Don't chat to me, innit? Because I picked up I can't say that, innit?
What?
Picked up a captain once, innit?
What?
Yeah, bro.
Did he deserve it though?
Yes.
Okay.
Bro, I'm saying, right? I'm standing there. The boat's a shit show, right? And I said to the captain, I'm like, I'm not taking over. I'm not signing over until I see what this boat's doing. We lost steering. We lost stabilizers. We lost fucking generator. We lost the whole power in the bridge went out. And I was like.
And you've walked onto this boat and you just
I've walked onto the boat, and about 5 hours later, they wanted to go to sea trial because they wanted to do a handover. And I looked at both the captains. I'm like, I'm coming. I'll come, but I'm under no obligation and responsibility. I'm coming as a passenger now.
No way.
So I just want to see what this boat, because I already saw flaws when I walked into the engine room. I looked. I'm like, no.
You don't want to sign your name onto that. That's not you.
I'm not. But that comes with like experience and knowing what's happening. This was in Australia, by the way, and the standard of engineering there is much lower than.
I think generally the yachting industry in Australia is quite small, and I was on a boat that should have had 5 crew when I first started there, and we had 3 of us. I was deck chef and stew deck and captain engineer, but not to say that it wasn't. The boat that I worked on was great, but also it's just the standard of service and everything else. It's a little bit more relaxed, a little bit more chill.
Yeah.
Like overall, that's the Australian mindset.
It is. Yeah. I worked in Australia on 2 yachts.
You were in the Whitsundays, weren't you? Like out of Early Beach. I remember seeing some of your stories.
With Matt. Well, I went back with Matt, so I was chatting my boy in it. Matt.
Yeah.
Good guy.
Really good guy.
He taught me a lot, actually. Like I learned a lot from Matt, so that I owe that to him.
So can we jump forward to Ching, you think, or what, is there something? something else happened there?
Nothing much happening, isn't it? Boring life,
So,
traveling everywhere.
So we're jumping back to Ching, which is the boat that I met Mike on. So I rock up, right? Maybe you can tell me a little bit more about this, but I rock up to the boat in Alaska, and I've just flown like, I don't know, it must be like 30 something hours from Tel Aviv, like literally sitting on a beach to, like the captain saying, like, get on the next flight, go home, shower. I'm on the next flight. Just
I can't remember what
in
happened.
shambles. So I rock up. I don't remember who got me on the tender, but Alaska vibe. So I've gone from like sunny 32 degrees to
Cold,
like Alaska cold. It is the summer, but just like gloomy, but really cool. I like amazing Alaska, one of my favorite places in the world. Jump on the tender, and then I was talking to, it might have been you. I don't know if it was, but.
Nah, I was definitely not on the tender.
No, it wasn't.
Nah,
I have pictures. But
I would not be on the tender.
So the decky that picked me up was like, who?
No, Jorge?
Yeah, maybe, yeah. It could have been Jorge.
Mexican Donny.
Yeah.
I love him, bro.
Also
He's
legend.
Yeah.
He was like, oh yeah, the guests have just cooked themselves some dinner in the galley and like they sorted themselves out. I was like, I'm sorry, what? The guests are on board? I never got told the guests were on board.
No way.
I thought I was like, I had a few days to prepare for a trip or whatever. And I'm just like, oh my God, I'm so tired. And I'm just like, going into like overdrive, just like, shit, guests are on board. What am I going to do? But it was like super chill. They were chill about it and stuff. So it was actually okay in the end.
Food is
it's a big thing. It's a big thing.
Isn't it? And bro, that's why I loved you, bro. You came on, yeah. He's a big man. Shout out. honestly, bro. You came on, yeah, and we went from a stress head, right? The chef, he was a stress head, yeah. To you came on, bro. You did your thing, beautiful food, lovely, and then went out and flowed the drone. I'm like, bro, how is this man flying drone, making content, editing the thing, and then cooking, and then having time to rest? But man, I was sleeping. I was like, where's Dean? He's sleeping. I'm like, fair play, bro. I was like, yeah, give him as much sleep as he wants. Not that was my problem, innit?
Appreciate that. Thank you.
Honestly, bro.
Yeah.
And actually, that's where I got my influence to start doing content.
I do remember that moment where you were over my shoulder. I think I was editing a video.
Yeah.
I wanted to really edit you a reel. Because you were just like...
I was in it, bro.
You're blown away. It was just like you... And I think that's when you really wanted to get into it as well.
Yeah.
And you're asking about cameras and like, what can I do? And
100%, bro. You were like... I always wanted to do something, innit?
Yeah.
But I would never really had it. And I looked at it, I'm like, yo, actually, it's another way, it's another form of art. You can create your own art, post it. And you know what? Until this day, I still honestly look up to you when you did this, yeah? You like went out there, did all this content, went back downstairs to the crew mess and just started editing. I'm like, nah, he's a big man. He's like, big man, you know what I mean? And to this day, I think about that day when I'm like, when I need to edit content now, innit? I'm like, get down and do it, but I've got things to post. I'm like, I've got things to post for like March. You know?
That's epic, man. It is like, it's almost my mindset change of like seizing the moments. Like, I was in Alaska. Like, for me, I was just like, this place is beautiful. There's bears, there's otters out the side of the, off the stern of the boat. There's so much cool shit going on. I was just like, I need to capture this. And I was like, I'm not gonna, I don't think I really slept that much, to be honest, but I was just like making the most of being in Alaska and just, there's something that switched up when I went and temped on all these different boats in that period of time where I came to you. I was just like, I'm making the most of it. I'm not going to waste my time anymore. And I don't know, that was the moment that we kind of met.
Yeah.
I'm glad I inspired you. That's cool.
Nah, definitely, 100%. Yo, like, without a doubt, definitely an inspiration to my, like, starting my content creation and stuff like that. So
I want to talk about Mount Everest. So were you thinking about Mount Everest on Ching then? Or when was you thought about it when you were younger, right? There was something that you kind of wanted to do? So when I was young, obviously, like, you're, again, going back to the little village place, you kind of have that dream, desire, you want to get out into the world, see what's out there, see what's going on. Because your world is the village, the school, maybe the city you're born in. Yeah, what's out there? What's out there, what's going on. So you get that natural curiosity. And obviously we didn't have like
the TVs were like one of those big ones you got to slam on the side, you know,
Yeah,
you know what I mean? And it wakes up. So you know, and at one point, I don't know why, I was just like to my mom, I'm like, oh, one day I'm gonna stand on the highest place in the world. You know what I mean? Like not knowing what it was.
How old were you?
6.
6, and you said that?
Yeah. And I was like, I'm just gonna stand there. You know what I mean? It's
the
like,
top of the world, basically, yeah.
Basically, yeah. And you know, like, but in that sense, you already start, you know, it's a subconscious thought, you know, that then brings back. There's a book called The Psychology of the Subconscious Mind, and it's things that you know, it's now what a lot of people call, or what's the word for it? Manifestation. But it's to do with what you install into your subconscious mind and stuff like that, you know. Not getting too spiritual, but it's and that's what it was, you know what I mean? You say things out into the world, and you start thinking about them, dreaming about them, and you know, you're just planting that seed, and that's what happened. So,
it's not that you knew where the highest part of the world was.
I had no idea.
But Mount Everest happened to be the place that you wanted to get to.
That yeah.
So then, when did that come back to you? When did you start thinking about actually really climbing Mount Everest?
So after Qing, like I did 14 months of Qing straight, no holidays, no nothing, and I was like, I tell a lie, I took a 2-week trip back to the UK because I needed to. Like they were like, you need to go, innit?
Suddenly, lose your mind.
Left, came back, and then after Qing, we went back from Alaska. Went back to Florida, and then I dipped. I was like, oh, can you fly me out of New York in like a month? So then I went to go travel around the States for a little bit, and then I just went rampage. Like I had all this money saved up. Yeah. And I was like,
you had no time off, so you just
Southeast Asia.
No way.
Went month in Indonesia, month in Vietnam. I was like, how am I gonna do Vietnam? Bought a motorbike, up in north, rode it all the way down south.
The full length of Vietnam?
Yeah, I took a bus a couple of times, like threw the bike on the bus, and I'm like, it's
how chaotic is the biking situation, like the motorbike situation, especially in the cities?
Yeah, at the end I was a natural.
Is it Hanoi?
Red lights weren't a problem. Like that's just a suggestion. Yeah. You know what I mean? You look at the red lights, you look at the guys.
Somehow it works though. It's weird. I never saw a crash when I was there.
No, because you know what, right? You step out into the road, people see you. Everyone's aware. People see you. You know, they're not on the phones because there's so much chaos. You can't be on your phone. So they're riding. They see you, and if you're walking and if you're keeping the same pace, everyone's predicting your movement. You know, they're gonna be like, hey, I'm going this way. He's going this way. We're gonna miss each other by this much. If he stops, if you stop, that's when stuff.
Yeah, you need to commit to it.
Yeah, you have to commit to the you have to. If you're crossing anywhere in Asia, you make a full commitment because other than that, you're gonna start some chaos, and that's how it was with the motorbike.
So you rode your bike from north to south.
Yes, that was Hanoi to Ho Chi Minh.
That's all. Yeah.
Is it Hanoi? Yeah, I think it was Hanoi. Because I went Hanoi, then into Halong Bay back. And then left my bike there, went to the Hajang Loop, did that on a rented bike, went back down to Hanoi, took my bike and then rode it down.
That's nice up there as well. I did that on the back of a motorbike. I didn't actually ride it.
Yeah.
It's
cool though.
Yeah, it's so cool. And it gets cold up there as well.
And you get pissed up every time. Did you do that?
A couple.
Yeah.
Couple nights. I ended up in a place that had like a maze inside the bar or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
Did you go to that place? Yeah. I got lost in there. It's like this maze.
But that's what they try to do, isn't it?
It's a maze bar and you can't get out.
Yeah. So you're meant to get lost to get to the bar.
Yeah.
I don't know. I didn't really get lost. I just kept walking and I took all the right turns.
Engineer minds, maybe.
I don't know. But it was cool though. Like you get getting lost and stuff. You know. I think I needed to be a little bit more.
A few more beers.
Yeah, a few more beers down.
A few more vodkas.
Yeah.
So then you did Vietnam, where you travelled a little bit longer after that?
Yeah, then I went Vietnam, Cambodia, obviously shot the rocket launchers and stuff like that.
Oh, yeah.
Rocket launchers, 50 cars. So that was like an army base.
Yeah.
You got to get there and, like, no cameras on the entrance and then you can film.
It's so funny you're talking about all these things. Like, I'm flashing back. It's quite big on socials and I was following you the whole time. It's quite cool. I remember you holding the bazookas and stuff.
One of the videos I said I'm going to come back one day and I'm going to shoot 2 rocket launchers at the same time. I don't know about the health and safety of that.
There's not much of that there.
You know what, right? Everyone thinks that when you go out to those countries, you know, everyone's just free for all. But it's like, nobody wants to die in it. Like, no human actively wants to be like, oh, let's just do some stupid shit. You know what I mean? Like, everyone's like, oh, there's no such thing as health and safety. In Australia, I think it goes too much. It goes above health and safety.
That's why I don't live there.
But I also think the reason for that is because some of those men are on a madness, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like, quick story, I joined that boat that was chaotic in Australia.
Airlie Beach,
The one that lost all the... No, this is in Brisbane.
Oh, Brisbane.
It's a different boat. Lost all the steering, all of that. But they had an old mechanic from the mines. He was a fix-it-all tradesman. So what he did, to fix the sewage treatment plant, he installed a pump. But to install the pump, there was a big wheel in the way, right? So he took the wheel off, put the pump there, boom, job done. But the wheel was the emergency steering, mate.
No.
I'm like, big man. So how am I gonna do my checks and my tests before departure if you don't even have the wheel on? So then he's like, oh yeah, don't worry about it, mate. Yeah, we'll get it back on. Put it on. He literally sounded like that, innit? Puts it back on. I'm like, yeah, mate, it's fixed. Yeah, all good. I go down there, give it a spin, and he didn't put the locking key in. So the wheel was just spinning. No, so if you don't put the locking pin in, it doesn't actually spin.
It didn't do anything.
Yeah, so it just spins without doing anything. I'm like, big man, what's wrong with you?
I'm sorry, this is not a good representation of Australians.
No, don't get me wrong. There's some fucking amazing people out there, innit? Like, I love Australia. That's why I stayed for so long.
Okay.
But there's some crazy man out there, innit?
No, there is.
There's some crazy
cowboys.
Yeah,
cowboys out there.
Cowboys. That's what it is. Cowboys.
Yeah.
Yeah. I forgot where we were.
No, we were back in Cambodia. So you did a lot of traveling. So at what point were you just like, I want to climb Mount Everest? Like, actually do it.
That's where we get. So, before I met this this girl in Bali, and she was like, oh, you know, showing me pictures. Oh, I did Everest Base Camp.
No way.
And I was like, and I was in Thailand, and by then, you know, all your friend circles, one went this way, one went back home, one went to Philippines. And I was like, what do I do? And for some reason, I was like, I want to save Philippines for later. And I was like, so I put an Instagram poll up. And I'm like, A, B, C, D, E. You know
I think I saw this.
Yeah, and people selected like, no one knew what it was, but I had it written down before. And everyone selected like A or B or whatever it was. And I was like, all right. So one was like, go to Laos on a motorbike. The other one was travel Thailand on a motorbike. The other one was like Everest Base Camp. The other one was, don't want to lie to you, I can't remember now. Anyway, it was some other adventure, you know what I mean? And yeah, everyone selected Everest Base Camp. So I went, I'm like, next.
You had to, it was a poll on social media.
It was a poll on social media, you know, you're dedicated. But
that comes back to like you just going, like,
let's just do something, innit?
You know, being dared to do something.
Yeah, exactly. Like,
you have to do it.
Tell me I can't do it.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
I love that.
I was in Krabi, an island in
Thailand.
So they were like, okay. I was like, how quickly can you get me off the island? So I had to get a private boat off the island.
Oh, you did it straight away?
Yeah, it was like, there was no, I called up, I looked for companies in Nepal, met a company that I now work with, because I've got my own trekking company out there. Yeah,
We'll get there.
Yeah, years. Called them up. He like, yo, how quick have you got an availability? He's like, yeah, we got someone for tomorrow.
What?
Like, yeah, sign me up.
Straight from Thailand to Nepal.
So went Krabi to Krabi airport, flew to Bangkok, had like an overnight in Bangkok. So I slept on the floor. I've got like a little spot in Bangkok airport now, innit? Outside the 7-Eleven. Yeah, come on. It's got like a plug against the wall. You hide yourself behind the sign. 7-Eleven there. If you wake up and you need a little snack, you know. Went to Nepal, and that's pretty much started climbing, started hiking the next day.
I know nothing about climbing, but like, what is base camp? Like, what does that take to get to the base camp? Base camp is
11 days of trek, 8 days up, 3 days down, or something like that. So to get to base camp,
that's a big.
Yeah.
Well, for someone
for someone that does it, that's not into like, it's like, I think that's the goat of hiking, of high altitude hiking, you know, to get to base camp. So people will go to the Dolomites, do maybe a couple of, you know, you're at 2,000 meters, because base camp was 5,360 or something like that.
That's crazy.
So with my company, we actually go to like 5,550, something like that.
So you made it to base. You did a trek to base camp. What was that like? Like that 11 days of.
I loved it.
Easy.
I did it in shorts and t-shirt, innit?
Did you?
Yeah, because I had nothing. I was traveling Asia for the past 4 months, you know. So I bought some thermals.
I was gonna say, what kind of shoes were you wearing? Like trekking shoes?
Doc M's. Yeah,
Really?
my old Doc M's. I don't know where they went though. I had them for years.
No way.
Yeah, I was gonna do them every time. I was just gonna wear the same Doc M's, just to wear them in. I loved them. It got to the point where the soles run out on the sides. It's crazy, bro.
Shit. So you did the base camp, and then you didn't do Everest straight away. The peak. You call it the peak, right?
The summit.
The summit. Sorry. So then you did that. You got your little taste of like, shit, this is cool, right?
You know what? There was this guy that's he was from the UK, but I think he was his descendants was Bangladeshi, and he was, you know, I could see. I would just walk in and you just chat to random people on the way, you know. And he was there, and I was like, "Oh, what are you up to?" He's like, "Yeah, I'm climbing Everest." I'm like, "Oh shit, swear!" Like, what? You know, let me get your socials and stuff like that. So that's how I got in touch with with the company, Makalu Adventures, who I climbed with. You know, and they were like a local company. None of this like big name stuff. You know, there's influencer companies now, you know, and everyone climbs for the clout, and you know, and that's what tarnishes the name of Everest now, you know, because it is becoming such a commercialized climb that if you have money, you can pretty much make it to the summit. You know what I mean? Like, and that's as shit and bad as it is, it's true. You know what I mean? It's happening. So
which we're going to talk about, because you didn't get sponsored. You paid your way.
Bro,
you
tell you, innit?
Yeah, you funded yourself basically.
Yeah, and now the next expedition.
So hang on. So did you leave? You left the base camp that day, and then. So what made you come back? You went back.
Pretty much, right. When I spoke to that guy, and when I was climbing with a guy called Raj, and I looked at him. I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna climb Everest, innit? Like it reignited.
After just talking to this guy.
Yeah, talking to this guy, talking to my guide, and I was like, you know what? And then you know, you had that subconscious, the thoughts came out, and you're like,
came back.
I'm gonna summit Everest, innit? I'm gonna do it. And that's once I feel something, say something, that's it. It's done.
So was that like were you 7 when you first? Was 7 or 11? Did you say 7?
6, 7, whatever it was.
6. Like, was that kind of like? Did that make sense when you first said it when you were 6? Like
it made sense.
You were just
you start connecting things.
Yeah, you're like, this is what
I want to do. Like I actually like. This is my call. Like it's a calling. You want to do it. This is one of my things that I want to do, and that was it.
I always want to ask, like, I love climbing mountains and like, you know, hiking and that kind of stuff, but I've always like intrigued about these people that want to get to these like super high, super dangerous places. Like what makes someone like go and risk their life to go up to these places? So it's like, it's intriguing for me.
You know what, bro?
Risking everything, I don't know.
I never actually like read into Everest, didn't it? I didn't know what I was getting myself into.
Like how much?
Yeah, like it's a lot of preparation.
What's meant to be. Yeah.
You know, it's meant to be. I was on the yacht, but it's crazy, isn't it? Like I think you can go down a big rabbit hole of how dangerous it is, and it is dangerous. Don't get me wrong. But I think with the right mindset, even my Sherpa Furba, he said on the interview that's coming out soon, he said if you're, what did he say? Something like, if you have worries and fears and stuff like that, you shouldn't be on the mountain and you shouldn't be climbing. I don't want to misquote him, but it was something along those lines. You know what I mean? You shouldn't. If you have doubts, more almost, you know, trying to.
You shouldn't be up there.
What he was saying. You shouldn't be up there because doubt triggers fear, and fear can paralyze you in situations.
And you make mistakes. Basically.
And mistakes is what costs your life, you know what I mean? And that's what in the end happens, you know. What people were scared about me is people who really knew me from like back in my like childhood days. They were more worried that I wouldn't know when to give up. because they weren't worried about the fact that I'll make it.
Yeah.
But it's the fact that you make it, and then be like, oh wait, hold on, I don't have enough energy to make it back down.
Yeah.
Because so a lot of the deaths unfortunately happen on the way down.
Do they?
Yeah, not on the way up, because people push, and they're like, I made it. So when I was going back to the book of The Power of the Subconscious Mind, when I was instilling those thoughts in my head and, you know, doing my meditation and stuff, I was like, I'm envisioning summiting and making it down. I'm not just envisioning
getting
summiting,
to the top.
because that's where a lot of people go wrong. They envision the summit,
and
they don't see going down. You know what I mean? They don't see that.
That's
part.
a cool
So you gotta
perspective.
exactly. Which, a lot of people kind of, and again going back to, I didn't watch any of those movies, you know, about Everest. I watched them after. I'm like, shit. I'm like, you know, one of the guys was like injecting stuff into him. I'm like, what's he injecting? This is after Everest. I'm like, well, you can inject something to help you at altitude.
Was that adrenaline?
Absolutely,
you know.
still I don't know.
Doesn't matter.
Don't care.
So I want to start from like, you're kind of training and preparing to go to Everest. So it took you like 11 months, I think you said, from the time that you said you went away and you did like, what kind of training? You were on construction sites wearing...
Yeah, bro. Ever see the video?
Yeah, I saw the Everest boots or like climbing boots or...
So pretty much what happened then is I came back, went back to the UK, went back on the building site, because that's all I knew, you know? And then I was like, okay, this isn't going to get me the money, right? So I told my mum, she's like, okay, fair enough, you know what I mean? I told my mum I'm going to climb Everest.
Yeah.
But when I later on spoke to her, like a couple of months in, maybe like 5 months in, this is like halfway through, she didn't understand how quickly I'm going to do it. Like I'm climbing next year. And she's like, oh, I thought like it's a 5-year plan.
In the future,
I'm like, no, mum, no, like we're going. And my problem is once I get something in my head, that's the sole focus. There's nothing else. Like, honestly, I stopped clubbing, stopped going out, stopped drinking, stopped like partying, stopped any social interaction.
Just hyper focused on
just
getting to the top
and
down.
It's crazy. I don't like it.
Why?
For a whole year, I did nothing. Nothing but like just solely dedicate to getting money, to, you know what I mean? Yeah. Every single cent of my savings was like, obviously, like I had to buy boots, had to buy this, had to buy that, went on a date, went this and that, you know, but had to drop a lot of my social aspect. And I'm a social human being, you know what I mean? So.
What do you call that? What kind of tism is that? No, I'm joking.
I think it is, you know.
You got a bit of something, because I feel like just talking to you, when you hyper focus on something or told not to do something, it's like you got some.
It's some sort of tism, isn't it? It's like triggers, bro.
But it can be a positive and a negative. Like a positive in terms of like, shit, you conquered Everest within 11 months. And I don't think a lot of people will do that. Correct me if I'm wrong, but but also you gave up a lot in that period of time. Like you weren't seeing as probably friends as much. Yeah,
family. You know, that's when I moved to Australia because the money was better. That's the only. Well, that wasn't my only reason. I fell in love with a girl, innit? Dipped over there. I'm like, how can I do two things at the same time? You know what I mean? So it kind of was like trying to spread it, but the sole focus was to actually get on the oil rigs. And the mines, that's where the money was.
Even bigger money.
Yeah, exactly. And that's why I went there.
Yeah. You got distracted by a girl and...
Well, I was already talking to this girl because I met her during traveling. Yeah, there's always a girl in it. Like you see all... And so on the building site, this is where I learned this from, right? Every single one of the guys had a story. Every single one of them had a story. You know, this one was nearly a professional footballer. This one was like, you know, a pro fighter or something. You know what I mean? You know what the common thing was? Common denominator.
What's that?
Is they fell in love and they changed their trajectory for the female.
Interesting.
Or it was, I'm not getting, for the girl, and they changed the fucking trajectory. So my thing when I was young, when I was on this building site, listening to these stories, I saw that, stepped back, and I'm like, hold on, there's a common denominator here. You know what I mean? So then I set myself a rule saying, okay, I'll never let a partner
or someone
change my trajectory. You know what I mean? So that was a.
That could be a tradie thing, by the way. It's not all women. Sometimes you need to pick a partner that can 100% excel you and bring each other up.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm still yet to find one.
Anyone out there, ladies? No.
Applications
We're
closed.
gonna drop his number in the caption there, but
Imagine. No, but it's
yeah. No, that's
sorry. It's hard though, because I don't expect someone, to, let's say Everest, right? I was out there for about 60, 70 days. I filmed about 42 days, but in the long run, I skipped a couple of days because I was just resting and stuff like that.
I think you have to.
I don't expect someone, you know what I mean? If I was speaking to someone now, like the next project, it's even bigger. You know what I mean? You don't expect someone to stay 100 days. Like 100 days for me in the project is nothing. But 100 days for someone that's working full time, there's temptation here, you're going out, you're chatting to people, you're interacting. That's 100 days. That's a third of a year. You don't expect someone to stay away for that long, you know what I mean? Like cool in the 80s when people went to the army or they went to war, fair enough, you know what I mean? They're going away, coming back. But now in the world of social media and so much temptation and so much accessibility, you can call it, you shouldn't expect someone to wait for you that long, you know what I mean? Like, in my opinion, I wouldn't blame someone. That's why I wouldn't go out of my way to find someone to then get my feelings hurt in the long run, you know what I mean? Like, I'm talking like low. Where's that vodka?
Yeah. The Polish coming out here.
Yeah, no, it's true, because I still got those old school values and those school morals, you know?
Yeah, I mean, if it's not the right time, it's not the right time, and it sounds like you
don't
got
get me
things
wrong,
to do.
innit? If someone comes around, you know.
We'll see. So preparing to go up Everest, and then 11 months later you fly back in. You do the 11-day up to base camp, and then take me through what it takes to kind of climb Everest, or like what are you doing? Because I was reading some of your articles, and you're doing not test runs, but like
acclimatization.
Yeah, like so you're going up, you're coming back down to base camp, or you're going to one and then dropping back down. That's crazy to me. I was like, damn, that sounds like you're kind of backtracking.
Yeah.
But you need to do that to get ready for the final.
Yeah. So starting from the beginning, I went to base camp with Dave, the engineer, the first engineer on bed. Yeah.
No way.
The girl that I moved to Australia for.
She was there as well.
Yeah. And one of the friends that I met in a hostel out in Australia.
Just drag people along.
No, it was that was my first step to getting the company that I've got running now in Nepal. So that was they were my test run. Oh. But we had to skip a day.
See if everyone survived.
Yeah. So exactly. But what happened is because they had flights in and out and the dates were so short, we had to skip a day of acclimatization.
Ah, yeah. So what does that mean? What happens to your body if you skip that?
Acclimatization is the biology basically behind it is to increase your red blood cell count, right? So red blood cell obviously carries the oxygen around your body. If you have more blood cells, for every breath you take, you absorb more oxygen into your muscles, which is basically fuel for your body, right? Well, not fuel, but it keeps your body pumping, innit? To obviously get your red blood cell count, you need protein to make the red blood cells, and then if you're getting down to the nitty-gritty of biology, it's iron, which helps the production of hemoglobin, which is what actually fuses the oxygen to the red blood cell.
Blood cells, yeah.
And in order to aid the iron, it gets down to like, it's the basic biology, innit? And that's what I did. I just did basic biology. So to get your iron infused into your bloodstream, you need to supplement with vitamin C. So a month or two before, vitamin C supplements, iron supplements. Because no one knew about this.
Really?
And
is this your thing?
No one knew about the fact that I was trying to climb with no oxygen. No oxygen was my, like, I'm going to do it. I'm not going to talk about it. I'm going to do it.
Yeah, because people would probably try to talk
you
you out
of
it.
Like, stop, don't do it. You know, you're already doing it. You know what I mean? You've got little experience.
So we're giving you a little bit away here, but it's quite a big thing to be able to climb Everest without oxygen, right? Like.
Yeah, I think there's normally like, I don't want to lie to you, like 20, 50 people?
Around 20.
Something like that. It's low numbers.
Low numbers for the amount of people that climb it every single year.
So I think total summits is 12,000. summits since the first climb in 1958, I believe. Wow. It was. Don't quote me on it. Don't quote me on dates. But some people climbed. One Sherpa climbed it 20 times. You know what I mean? So there's 6,000 individual people to have done it. So even though it's commercialized, I mean, there's 6 billion people in the world, 6.4?
That's not much, yeah.
I think maybe 4. I don't know.
Don't quote him.
Don't quote my numbers. But it's, you know what I mean, for 6,000 people, and then even less of those people, a small number have done it without oxygen, and it's harder without oxygen.
Why did you want to do that though? That's crazy. Like, what are you trying to...
Just, you know what I mean? Like, I'm already doing this. I spent so much money on this. Might as well go all out.
Yeah.
Might as well, like...
Is this like trying to climb, I don't know, higher or like, I don't know. It's crazy.
You know, I think it goes back to the thing of if you're going to do something, do it properly. Innit? Like, if I'm going to climb it might be my once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to do this. And I hate when people said that to me, you know? When they go, oh, this is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. I was in Nicaragua one time, right? And someone goes to me, oh yeah, this is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. I looked at them, I'm like, I'm going to be back here, bro.
Yeah.
And in March, I went on an expedition to the jungle. You know what I mean? That's still footage yet to be posted. You know what I mean? I'm bad at editing. You know?
You need an editor.
Bro, looking for editors is...
That's another story.
There is no... Any editors, hit me up, innit?
I got a great one. You're not taking him though.
Really? You're not taking him? Hit me up.
So, okay, so your challenge was to not only climb Everest but without oxygen.
Yeah.
So then, preparing for that, so you've rocked up at base camp, and then what happens? You missed a day.
So we missed a day. So I was already pissed off, innit? Because I only missed a day because of the team, because the team needed to get to base camp and down again. So I was quite annoyed, innit? Because I was like, right, I'm potentially jeopardizing my own fucking
climb
expedition,
yeah.
Because I want my team to get there. But it was a selfish thought. But in those moments, you have to be selfish sometimes, a lot of the time, you know. Anyway, got there successfully. Everyone got there successfully. Everyone, you know, a couple of headaches, which is normal at altitude. And then once I was like, right, I'm actually too early. The base camp wasn't built yet, like, because that's what you get, a part of your package you get. So my costs were so low. Okay, starting from the beginning. Yeah. I tried to do Everest also as cheap as possible because I funded it myself.
Yeah. Right? So a lot of people actually get sponsored, right?
Sponsored, or they come from rich families.
Or rich families, yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, you know, you can pay 120,000 for an Everest climb. You get unlimited amount of oxygen. You get a TV, internet in the base camp. You get...
What? Yeah,
you get 3 or 4 Sherpas for the summit day, carrying your oxygen bottles, carrying your food.
That's crazy.
You know what I mean? You know, it's a lot of support, and it's a lot of, you know, people. It's money. It's money. That's what it is, isn't it? My expedition was 1-to-1 Sherpa from Camp 2, which is at 6,400 meters, and then oxygen from 6 bottles of oxygen, which is enough to summit, you know. But where do we start? You know?
Well, so what's the cost of that? What's the baseline cost that you did it for?
So I paid $25,000.
Shit,
still a lot.
That's still a lot of money.
Still a lot
to climb a mountain.
Yeah,
almost.
But that gets you a base camp tent. It gets you food, all the food in base camp. Okay. It gets you food in Camp 2.
There's actually more than I thought would be included in something like that. For me, it's just like climbing a mountain for 25
You have to think about it. Those supplies have to be brought to base camp.
It's a lot.
There has to be a base camp manager, base camp chef. You know, there's people that are organizing all the oxygen to be brought to base camp, then carried up.
Is that they have to take it 11 days, like, to get there, like all this stuff?
Yeah. Everyone's taking. But I mean, once you're acclimatized, you can go up and down that. You know what I mean? So some people maybe take 4 days, 5 days.
Oh wow!
And all the porters, they're called, so they get paid per kilo. You get a lot of Indian people that come. Yeah. They come just there for the season to work. Yeah. You know, you get a lot of people coming from different areas of Nepal to join what's called the trekking line. You know, and you're doing that, the milk run. Yeah. Pretty much. You know, you're going up and down. carrying as many kilos as possible, because the more you
just
carry,
back and forth, you're getting paid per kilo.
The more you carry, the more you get paid.
Wow.
And you know, that's you're there to work pretty much. You know, same as any other place. Like here on the yachts, we're here to work. You can't really compare it because it's very, very different work, isn't it?
Yeah.
Once you get to Camp 1, it's relatively flat. You're relatively out of danger. Camp 2 as well, you're relatively out of danger. It's just a long walk in this valley between Everest.
Complete ice, like.
No, not ice.
Like
it's just snow.
Yeah,
snow. It's snow, innit?
Okay.
You get a lot of snow bridges. It's actually quite nice. It's just a little bit uphill, but it's exhausting.
Is it?
Oh,
some of it looks so beautiful. I was looking at some of your videos and stuff. I'm like, man, that's a stunning walk. Obviously, taking consideration that it's not easy, but it looked beautiful. If you had some moments to take it all in. But.
Yeah, I think that's what I tried to portray as well during the climb, is the difference. There's one video that I called Beauty and the Beast, because she, as I'm referring to Everest, she's so majestic, and just nature itself is beautiful, right? But it's powerful, man. Like the sheer power behind it, like in seconds, like when we was up on that summit, in seconds it can just turn. And just completely, like you go from loving life, to questioning what you're doing with your life. You know what I mean? Like it's a completely different thing.
So then, okay, so I kind of, there's so much to talk about. I feel
there is. I need to cut.
But I want to talk about what it was like, kind of summiting. Like it was just you and the Sherpa, right?
So basically, what happened? We get to Camp 4. Obviously, I'm climbing without oxygen, weak as. Get to Camp 4. Antonio, my friend that I met in base camp, he's like, he looks at me, he's like, you need to fucking get on oxygen, bro. Like, because I wasn't aware. Like, I was like, you know what, I'm feeling, I can still keep going. And going back to where I wouldn't know when to give up, sort of thing, I'm like,
where's the limit?
I can still keep going. I can do this with no oxygen.
Do you get high from that as well? Do you get high from the...
It's not high, it's...
Or just like a little bit dazed and confused?
You have to be very adaptable, you know what I mean? Forget what your previous comfort was. This is your new comfort. You know what I mean? Like you have to constantly kind of reset and update and be like, oh yeah, I'm fine. So there's oxygen here. You know what I mean? But you just got to breathe more. Every now and then you'd have like I'd have like a little, like a double breath, like a. You know what I mean? Like, but it's the body reacting naturally to trying to get more air in. You know what I mean? Like, and I was like, oh, something's wrong.
Do I tell the Sherpa? No.
Nah, don't tell him, innit? But then, so I did jump on oxygen. We got caught in a storm that night.
That was the night that on the 5th. Was it the 15th? 14th.
Oof, this was the 14th, yeah.
14th
the tent was rattling, everything was going crazy.
So this storm came through, right? That like no one was meant to be climbing, or you shouldn't have been able to summit.
No. So people attempted. They went up. They got to the balcony, which is like 8,600 meters.
And what's the peak?
8,848.
Another 248 meters, is whatever it is.
We say that, but those are gruesome.
Are they?
Yeah, and it's distance as well. You're covering distance going up, because you have to get to South Summit before you get to North Summit, which is the peak of the peak, which is like, oof. Yeah. And then, so they all turned around. Everyone went back to Camp 4, slept. Everyone woke up at 6 a.m. and they're like, right, everyone's going. And I looked at my Sherpa and I'm like, look, bro, innit? I've got enough oxygen bottles here, like, because I didn't use oxygen up until then.
Right.
I've got, 5 more oxygen bottles. I'm like, look,
more than most people, like
because everyone would have started using from maybe like halfway through Camp 2. So I'm like, let's stay. You know what I mean? So I'm like, look, the weather report was good for the 14th, the 15th. If I go down and I come back up, I'm gonna be much, much weaker, and especially now that I've started taking oxygen, I'm gonna have to pay for more bottles, right? So that's 500 a bottle that you're gonna add. So someone is gonna need to bring that up as well. Lord knows when the next attempt will be, right? That's when you get all these lines happening, because everyone's trying to summit on the same day. And I looked at him and I'm like, you reckon we can? Let's attempt summit.
You speaking English? Summit. What are you speaking to him? Because you said
speaking this. We go together tomorrow. Yes, we go down. Because me strong. You know what I mean?
That's crazy.
You speak like it's a building site slang, isn't it? When you're speaking to like the Romanians and the building site as well, you got to, in a bad way, you have to almost dumb down your English.
Yeah,
because if I spoke to someone that doesn't know English the way I speak to you, it'd be you'd get lost.
Yeah, and then
so you have to, on the building site, you have to go. I go get shovel, you dig here, yes? Meter, 1 meter, 2 meter down.
Finish.
One, boom. You know what I mean? You have to speak in that kind of way. But it's clear and it's more.
It's not meant to be in a bad way.
Yeah, it's not in a bad way. I do it naturally now because I've been on the building site for so long. I turn around and I'm like, oh, it's clear. So it's simple. You know what I mean?
Is that what you did? Or tell me do you remember what you did?
Yeah. So I was like, I looked at him. I'm like, okay, so I'm like, Furba, we stay tonight, yeah? Good? Weather good? Stay tonight? He's like, oh. I'm like, because I go down, I come back up, tired. You know what I mean? It's just most simplest words, but it's understandable, you know, because if someone doesn't know all the connectives, adjectives, everything, you're only complicating the language, you know?
No, definitely, yeah.
You need to be clear and concise with what you're trying to get through. And he's like, okay, we go. And so we stayed, didn't it?
No
so
way.
it was like 6 a.m.
So did everyone leave from where you were?
Everyone left Camp 4.
Down.
This was 8,000 meters, so this is what you call the death zone. So like 7,950 meters, 8,000 meters. That's like, so 8,000 meters, anything above that, your body doesn't have enough oxygen to sustain life, innit? So you only have hours.
Wow.
Every minute you're above 8,000 meters, your body's slowly dying. You know what I mean? So like without oxygen.
Just getting starved.
Yeah, this is basically, there's just not enough oxygen to survive for a prolonged period of time. So we stayed, this was 6 a.m. Usually summit push isn't until 7. Let me tell you, beautiful weather.
Was it?
Oh, the sun is out, wind died down. I got the drone out, the drone shots, the drone's flying. So what I did is at camp, I take the drone, I fly it 500 meters up, and I'm like, it's gonna fly on the summit. Every camp I did that. I flew it up. I'm like, it's maintaining altitude. I'll take it to 7,300. Flew it 7,300 to 7,800. It's gonna fly at 8,000. You know what I mean? Like every time testing. I was like being logical with taking the drone, because by then you're like every gram counts. I'd have 3 Snickers bar, and I'm like, 1 will be enough. You know what I mean? Like you're looking at water, you've got a kilo, like 1 liter is a kilo, and you're like, open it, sip some, dip take away half of it. That's 0.5 of a kilo that you don't have to carry up. You know what I mean? There's ice up there anyway. You know what I mean? You can melt it, but you don't want to be carrying that for the thing. I'm not gonna drink that much on the way there. You know, we go up there.
Yeah, shit.
So it's all of that happening. Yeah, get to 7 o'clock in Camp 4. Only us 2, and then the video starting it. We start going up there. By the time there's wind hitting from the left.
So this is why everyone left.
No, so everyone left because there wasn't gonna be a good weather window for a while, but we were trying to squeeze into the weather window that we knew was there, sort of. But the weather conditions switched suddenly. I was going to say,
so which was that early morning where you're like, oh, this is beautiful, and then so it turned.
That was an hour, in between, where I took the video above the clouds, and it was I already lost vision on my left eye by then. But I was like, oh, let's keep pushing. Like I'm fine, I still got the other eye. God gave me 2 for a reason, kind of thing. You know what I mean? But then you lose your peripheral. You don't know where your next step is. Would I turn around now? Not really, innit? I'll still do the same thing I did, but got to South Summit, everything cleared. The wind stopped, the sun came out. This is where I have the nice picture and the nice video of you got my frozen eye with an icicle in the eye, and it's like just above the clouds, and I'm like, that's the sunrise, isn't it? It was remarkable, and I'm like, it almost reset my whole mood, It was like, I'm gonna go out there, I'm gonna take my shirt off, I'm gonna do press-ups on the summit, you know what I mean? Like everything, there's no one here, I'm alone, it's only me and Furba. You know what I mean? And it was just like, it was magical. I was like, yes,
just
it's going
a
to
bit
be
of
a
energy.
beautiful summit, beautiful summit. Anyway, get over South Summit, so 8,700 meters. It's like 800 or 100 meters, 150 meters from the summit. Get over there, and I just look over and I look at Furba and I'm like, that's an angry cloud.
Oh, no way, you saw it.
Angry cloud. Like, it's like Everest didn't want some of the summit that day.
Uh-huh.
And I was just like, you know what?
And you kept going.
We were too close. Because the same guy that I met, remember the guy that when I was doing my first Everest base camp trek with, the guy that went to summit Everest, he didn't summit in the end, right? He turned around at South Summit. And to myself, in my subconscious, I was like, I would not turn around at the South Summit. I couldn't.
You couldn't
be
bear
so close,
with the thought of...
So close, so much energy, so much money, so much... You know, everyone would say, oh, nothing's worth your life. But in that moment, I wasn't risking my life. You know what I mean? I was still fine. Mentally, I was still strong. Yeah, the body got scarred a little bit in that moment, you know, but I still had that mental capacity to keep going, you know. So we did. Made it to the summit.
So you made it to the summit while the weather was still clear?
No.
Okay, so
by then we were getting pounded.
When did that come in? How far away do you think you from?
South Summit. So when that cloud was coming,
and then it came in.
It wasn't even about 5 minutes where it just went.
Winds.
And it was 70-kilometer winds just thrashing us, and there was nothing stopping it. It's the highest peak in the world. If the wind wants to keep going, the wind is gonna speed up. There's nowhere to go, nowhere to hide. You're on these ledges, you know, like just following this rope, hoping the summit's close, isn't it? Because you got to turn around soon.
Sorry, I don't know if the timeline's right, but a couple of people passed away at the same period, right? Was that on the way up or down?
So before we attempted summit, obviously everyone went down, right, from Camp 4. Before that, it was like a couple of days before anyone else attempted summit because there's weather windows. We were trying to take that 2-3 day weather window.
Yeah.
Before that, there was it was initially 4 or 5 Mongolian climbers. No guide, no oxygen. I think definitely no guide. I don't know about no oxygen. 2 of them turned around at some point. Another one turned around in Camp 3 or 4. And 2 decided to keep pursuing it. However, until there's a prolonged period of time that they've been missing, or unless someone found the bodies, you can't identify them as dead. You can't say, okay, they're gone.
Wow.
Right. So as we're past the balcony, one of my videos where I'm filming myself, frozen eye, it's pitch black. We're pulling out these ropes from the ice because everything was iced over. Because no one climbed, no one attempted summit for the last couple of days. So we're pulling out these ropes, and you get anchors every about 50 to 100 meters, you know. And between this anchor and, you know, the next one, you can't see it, it's in the dark. But you know you're meant to be going this way, the rope's just going that way. And, you know, like, because we saw a passed away climber before, and I was startled. I was like, yo, like.
I was going to say, what's that feeling of like seeing someone that's attempt to do what you're about to do, and there's, you know, the lifeless body is like sitting. I don't know, like for me that would just mess with me a little bit. You
know what? Yeah, as heartless as it sounds, you can't let it get to you. Like you can't be thinking exactly those things. You know what I mean? Oh, that was someone like me, because they weren't me. You know what I mean? Like, it's a savage sort of mentality where you have to kind of block it out and be like, okay, this person's unfortunately passed away. There's nothing we can do about it now.
Yeah, what are you gonna do?
I've got my mission to accomplish. You know what I mean? And it's very savage and harsh. But if you do let that mentality get to your head and let that weigh you down, it just chips away. That's all it is. It's chipping away. You know. And sooner or later, you realized how much of it was affected. You know.
That's a crazy thought. Like, but you're up on, you know, this massive mountain and you're seeing these things. I think it's like, you know, the intensity is a lot. I think just like trying to attempt this thing and to see that is like just, I don't know, it's intense.
And I understand, they can get to you, innit? Like it can really wear you down. But
So then back to these two other climbers. Like, was that one of them? No.
no, this was an Indian guy that passed away a year before.
Oh wow.
These guys passed away a couple of days before us.
And they just leave the bodies up there. Is that?
No, so now there's obviously now that everything's in a big public eye, you know, in the last couple of years, there's cleaning teams now. They're called cleaning teams. They go up, they recover bodies and take them back down.
Jeez.
Because obviously, high altitude rescue is
tough.
It's tough.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, helicopters can't go that high.
I was going to say
up.
there's a certain altitude that helicopters can get to before they start to.
They can fly up to Camp 3, which is 7,300 meters,
Uh-huh.
but they can't land. So you'd get rope lifted out of there. So it'd hover, and then you'd get attached, and then they can land in Camp 2, which is 6,400, and from there they have enough thrust to lift off.
Wow.
But other than that,
is that because the air's so thin?
Yeah.
Is that what it is?
The density of the air, yeah.
Wow.
But it's there was one helicopter that landed on the summit. This was back in, I don't even know when, but it was a very, you know, the atmosphere was dense. They went up there, landed on the summit, and then went back down.
I think I was talking to Jared Watney, he's a aviation enthusiast, but we were chatting about this, like this certain kind of helicopter that can only do it. It was like wasn't a Bell something? No, I don't remember, but
not me.
Engineer, bro. I thought you'd have the answer.
Nope. No idea.
Anyway,
but he got fined for it though.
Oh really?
He got very big backlash for that. The Nepali government was not happy. It's a sacred mountain. It's a holy mountain.
Oh yeah,
you know?
okay, of course.
It's like,
jeez.
No permission, no nothing. You don't do that.
Took his heli up there. Yeah. So going back to these two guys that were like, because that was the whole thing about it, wasn't it? Like they weren't sure if you were alive or dead as well. Like you and your Sherpa, no one knew that you had made it.
Yeah. So we had on that night of the storm when we were in Camp 4, Antonio, which is the Croatian guy that was climbing with, his Sherpa, Norbu, myself and Furba, we were all squeezed into a two-man tent.
Wow.
The four of us, right? It was a cold night, innit? Was it? Yeah, it was a freezing night. You see, I've got some of the videos where the tent is shaking. I've got the phone out, the torch, you know, just filming, like looking around. Everything's like going at it crazy, you know. That's one of the videos that actually blew up in the social network. Yeah, but the next day they went down, and you know, everyone knew that we stayed up there. And once the weather actually hit, once they were in Camp 2 looking up at what's going on up there.
They can see.
Yeah, you can see the peak. And they were like, if they attempted summit, if they left and they're up there,
dead.
They're highly likely
They
gone.
thought you would have.
Yeah. And rest in peace, my brother Gabby, he's another one of my climbing friends that I met in base camp. He was there fighting my case and being like, we need to send someone up there. We need to go get them.
No way.
Yeah, he was fully on it, trying to get a rescue team up there to come get me, or get us. But you know, they looked at him and they're like, look,
crazy.
They made the decision to stay up there. They made the decision to climb. If they did, there's nothing we can do. And it's understandable. You're putting more lives at risk if you send someone up there. Unfortunately, he passed away in Camp 3. He was attempting Lhotse, which is the 6th highest mountain, but it's the same way up to thing. Unfortunately, yeah.
Jeez.
Just passed away in his sleep, no oxygen. So
wow.
We all know. I went to his funeral and everything, but we all kind of know the risks of climbing and high altitude.
You guys all accept that? And like, I don't know. For me, if I was like, I wouldn't want someone to be. You know, it's something that I wanted to do and I love to do. I wouldn't, you know, I'd tell my parents or my loved ones that this is my choice. And
honestly, like, I would rather die doing something that I really, really love and really wanted to accomplish than living a life of inaccomplishment and like feeling unaccomplished, something like that.
Yeah.
Like, you know, it's almost that self-torture. Of being like, I could have done this.
Could have, yeah.
Now, and you know, once you pass your use by date, you know, you're 60, 70. I mean, people do They go, you know, some people leave climbing Everest to the end of their life because, okay, I lived so much already. If I go up there now and pass away, then at least I lived a full life, you know. That's why it's not rare, but you see like a 19, 20, 21-year-old, you know, climbing, doing something dangerous like that because they've still got their whole life ahead of them, you know.
Yeah.
But in a way, for me, it would be mental torture to
be lying
not accomplish my dreams or lying on my deathbed.
Exactly, and thinking I could have done it.
Yeah.
So I think I just want to get to, sorry, we lost both cameras. We've been chatting for a while now. So we're back to just this camera, which is fine. I want to really like get into your head of what it was like when you were summiting and getting to the top, like to the very top. And it was just keeping in mind, like there was just two of you up there. There's usually a lot more people because no one took the risk like these guys took, which I think a lot of people assume they were dead as well. So what was it like? It was just like you two at the top there.
Well, you got to think, like, we didn't know that we were assumed dead. You know what I mean? Like, for us, it was just, let's just keep grinding this out. Let's get to the summit. And mentally, like, physically, we look different, innit?
We're gonna put the videos there, but you look like semi-dead.
Yeah,
you look
frozen,
frostbite.
Frozen.
Yeah.
You know what? I look like what I will look like when I'm 90.
That's a good insight.
But
spirits were high.
Spirits-wise, I was there.
Really?
You know, I was like, yeah, go on then.
The videos are cool, huh?
Yeah, I mean, my phone froze as well, so the whole time it didn't freeze, but I had it out for so long.
Yeah.
Because I took the oxy off. I'm like, if we're gonna speak, we're gonna speak properly. Took the oxygen off, put it down, made sure it didn't fall, like strapped it. Went to the high summit, took the video, stopped it, took the video, took the vodka shot.
Oh yeah.
Stopped it.
Brought up vodka, obviously. The Polish blood.
Come on.
Yeah. You had to.
Listen, innit? I weren't going out sober.
All right, so you had a little sip of
very
vodka.
small swig, very small.
Don't recommend it.
Yeah, don't do it. I don't. No. You shouldn't drink at altitude, first of all. I haven't drank for months as well. I was dehydrated. I was malnourished. Yeah, so you got to think like drinking a shot up there.
Yeah.
Stupid, isn't it?
Yeah.
But I weren't not gonna drink a shot. I weren't not gonna celebrate. Come on.
So what was going through your head like at the top there of just being like, I've made it all these months, all these years since you were a little boy, dreaming of getting to the top of the world, and like, I don't know.
You know what? And a lot of people don't. Let's start with the fact, right, that 3 times I mistook what I thought was the summit, and every time I looked at football, I'm like,
no way,
football summit. It's like, yeah, and I'm like, you know what? Little tears getting ready. I'm ready for this. I'm ready. I've done it. Yeah, I go up. What I think is the summit, because obviously we can't see past like 12 meters.
And you got one eye left.
Yeah, and I've got one eye as well. And I'm like,
that's brutal.
There can't be something higher than the highest peak in the world. You know what I mean? I'm like, so that wasn't the summit. So I'm like, Furba, summit? It's like, yeah. So I'm like, oh, we made it,
Miscommunication, kind of.
Yeah, exactly, where the English part was coming in. But he was probably thinking, yes, summit is this way.
Of course it is.
You know what I mean? Of course it is. It's the only path, mate. It's either this way or this way, bro. And it's like 3 times. So by the third time, I lost all faith. I lost all faith in asking whether or not it's the summit because, no, isn't it? Anyway, I got to the summit. I'm like, what about summit? It's like, yeah,
and you're like,
summit. And I looked at him. I'm like, yeah, sure.
Whatever.
I got there. I'm like, this is
it?
the summit.
This is it?
This is the summit. Yeah.
How'd you know though? Like, I mean.
So every year, the ice doctors will bring something up. Every year, there's something different. There's this year, my year, there was a statue that they left up there. And there's a lot of flags prayer flags and everything, but they left a statue there.
Is it quicker down or is it the same?
It's worse down.
Worse down.
Oh my gosh, it's worse. Like your whole body weight's on. Every step is you're trying to you have to spring yourself. You like stop yourself from going down further, because if you let yourself go, you're going.
And the adrenaline's gone of like getting to the peak. You've got there. You're like, And that's what you said. Like most people will die on the way down, or
No,
make a
most
mistake.
people
Do die on the way down. And that's like, I think you've lost that. Like I've made it to the top, and you kind of
but you
drop your guard a little bit.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly. You drop your guard. That's very well said. You almost go, okay, I've done it. Going down is the easy part, but it's not.
Yeah,
going down is the hard part.
That's crazy.
Made it Camp 4, and usually what the summit is, right? Camp 2, Camp 3. So Camp 2 you sleep, Camp 2 you sleep, Camp 3 you sleep. Make it to Camp 4, you rest in Camp 4, you summit, so you rest for a couple of hours, you summit, and you make your way down all the way to Camp 2. That's the summit push. Our summit push was Camp 2, sleep, Camp 3, sleep, Camp 4, sleep. You don't sleep there, we slept. Summit, Camp 4, sleep, Camp 2.
You did that?
Yes.
Okay.
So we slept 2 nights in the death zone, right? So we already made it to the summit, and now we got to Camp 4, we got to the tent, and Furu was like, okay, 2 hours, go down. And I looked at him, I'm like, but you're crazy if you think we're leaving this tent tonight, innit? We're staying, we need to stay, we need to rest. We're both. And he looked at me and he was almost like, he almost looked relieved that I wanted to stay as well, you know? It's like, okay. So I looked at him, I'm like, Furba, I won't ask you of much, but you need to find matches. Because there was, by now, people made it to Camp 4. There was like a couple of people there.
You talking to people now at this stage, or what are you doing?
We just walked straight past them, innit?
Do they know who you are? Or
No. Everyone's masked up. They just saw people coming from a distance, from out of the clouds. Because remember, it's just a storm. We just come out from the clouds. And they're like, everyone's like, maybe everyone's thinking they probably just attempted and came back down, you know?
Had no idea what you just...
And everyone's there like for themselves as well, you know, but they, so I like, look, football, just go find some matches. Because we had the gas, we had some food, you know, I bought spare food. I'm like, find some matches. So we found matches, and I took in the tent, took my shoes off, took my boots off, put my toes over the fire.
Oh,
yeah, they were wiped in it, they were wiped. So I was trying to get them heated. Because obviously everyone's like, okay, you don't want to get frostbite, innit? So try to do the smart things. I reckon if I left my feet in my shoes, would have got frostbite, would have got close to frostbite, even got frostbite, you know? Because then the water from the sweat freezes and then you're colder and stuff like that. So yeah, the fact that I took my socks off, my shoes, my inner liners, everything off, which is a big effort to try to do that. And it's almost counterintuitive. Why would you take your protective gear off?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But I did. I warmed up my feet, dried my socks over the fire, dried my inner. So there's 3 layers to the shoes. There's the outer layer, inner layer, like middle layer, and then inner layer. Dried all of those up, put them back on, and I was ready to sleep in it. I was ready to go.
How did that feel?
Like, I was frozen. I remember
you already had one shot.
Yeah. During the night, there's a picture that there's like plasma all over my face here because I woke up with like pussing.
Just popped like...
Yeah, it's like pussing the plasma out. Ugh. The next morning we wake up and I look at him, I look at Furba, I'm like, let's go. Let's leave this tent, innit? Took all our rubbish, like even just, like there was 4 kilos worth of rubbish.
Wow.
You know what I mean?
Just from your
just from I took my shit, Furba took his shit. Even I had to shit in a bag. You know what I mean? You get these special poo bags that solidify the bag. That's already...
You have to poop in a bag?
Yeah, you're not putting poo in the mountain,
like doggy bag.
Yeah, everything in there. That's heavy, bro. That was a big
dump,
you'd be able to, let me tell you that.
Poop down a crevasse.
No. Everything's like, because all of it melts as well into like rivers and streams for the local villages and stuff. Yeah. I mean, it'll take thousands of years for anything to melt from there, but it's still like, and especially around the social media world as well, like, you know, people do leave a lot of shit behind, or they used to. Like, this is my point, right? I got a lot of backlash and a lot of hate for, you're just going up there to leave rubbish and stuff like that. The first ever expedition, right, involved about 500 people, 200 Sherpas, 300 porters, and like a crew of, you know, it was...
the first ever?
Yeah, Hillary, Norgay.
Jeez.
Yeah. So they were like no one talks about that. All the failed attempts before that. What, you think they took their stuff down? You think or while they were trying to survive and
they're gonna take
rescue themselves, they packed up camp? No. Everything stayed there. So now we're getting a lot of backlash of what was happening back in 80s, 90s, 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, 2000s, all these unsuccessful expeditions. Now that it's become more commercialized and a lot more rules, and like we have rules and regulations. We can't leave bottles. All the bottles are marked with a serial code, and you have to take this.
Wow.
Your bottles have to be returned. Every time you don't return them, you get fines.
Wow.
Everyone get so. Yeah, we get a lot of backlash and a lot of, you're leaving all the rubbish. And it came out after there was an interview about Everest, on Business Insider, I think it was. That was a big turning point where everyone on it that did Everest got just pounded with hate and or you're doing it, you're putting your Sherpa's life at risk, stuff like that. When I was interviewing my Sherpa, he was the one saying, I want to do the 14 peaks with you, the 14 8,000 meter peaks with you. I was like, hold on, brother. Hold on.
That's crazy.
Let's finish Everest first, isn't it? You know what I mean? And,
Okay.
Yeah,
so there's a lot to it, but so you made it down, right? So you made it to what, base camp? Is that
We made it to Camp 2.
Camp 2. And then obviously everyone realized you're alive.
By then, so between Camp 4 and Camp 3, we already Furba already started getting radio connection. And he's like, we're getting lower and lower, we start radioing them, and he's like, they're surprised. Like, what? And it was only Furba talking, so they were like, okay, it makes sense that the Sherpa made it. What happened to what's going on with Mike? Is he there? Is he fine? What's going on? Everyone's all these questions, but all the chatter is broken up, you know what I mean? So, and so, okay, we speak and we go down lower, we speak a bit more and we try to go down lower. I'm like, tell them to bring some rum. I'm not joking.
I think I saw a video of it.
Furba, tell them to bring some rum, bro. It's like, okay. So we get down to the bottom of Lhotse face, which is a very steep part, just above Camp 2. And one of the boys brought 2 beers.
No way.
And I'm like, it's not rum, but it will do.
Uh-huh.
And honestly, bro, I've got the video in it. You got my swollen face, my swollen eye. And it was very slow getting down because obviously I couldn't see. I had to use my goggles to pry my eye open. And I was just sucking on that beer, bro. It was lovely. And then, got to Camp 2, slept in Camp 2 one more night. Obviously saw Gabby, the guy that passed away, obviously rest in peace. Saw Antonio, who went down a couple of days before. And I was like, boys, listen, we had the idea that we're going to party in base camp. And I looked at them, I'm like, boys, I'll see you in Kathmandu, innit? I want to go to civilization. I want McDonald's. But they don't have McDonald's in Nepal. So I want sushi. You know what I mean? I want to eat. I just want to live for a bit.
What was that first moment of getting back to civilization? What did you have? Do you remember when you first walked in? What were you going for? I feel like you'd be just
anything, bro. It was just food, bro. It was just availability, But you have to remember, I went down to base camp, drank about 8 bottles of rum. Yeah, we had a big party.
Don't recommend.
Don't do it. But my Sherpa stopped drinking after that night, because we went crazy.
That was it?
Yeah, that was it. So when I interviewed him the year after, I brought out some cookery as well. He's like, oh, no.
It's been sober since that night.
Yeah, sober since then. Which actually is a common occurrence with me, innit? I've turned a few people sober.
Oh, you have? I believe that. I've seen how you operate. So then, okay, so you went back to Kathmandu. And then did something change in your life after you did Everest? Did you look at life differently?
You know what? No one talks about, you just spent a year dedicating to one thing.
Yeah.
Right? No one almost talks about the almost, I wouldn't say depression. It's almost like a very low, because you don't know what to do with yourself, innit? You've just accomplished what you really wanted to accomplish for years.
And then now what?
And now what? It's hard.
You're chasing a high, but you'd
But you're like, okay, what do I do now? I didn't die. I didn't lose my fingers. What do I do now?
Yeah.
And I was in debt because, you know, I had to borrow money for the last parts of it. And I was like, what do I do now, innit? So
So now what are you doing?
Well,
What's the plan?
I haven't even announced it on my socials, but I'll probably
This will be
announce
released after.
Yeah,
I'm sure.
after, innit? But we're doing the first ever full crossing. I need to get the words right on this because I've got a consultant actually that's helping me plan this. It's a first ever full solo crossing, unsupported, of Antarctica. Yeah.
What does that mean though?
It means
One place, like one.
we're going
point to
from
another?
one point of Antarctica to another. It's a full crossing, so it includes the ice shelves, which is like ice over an ocean. Unsupported, so no supply drops or anything. And it's just me skiing alone.
Oh, skiing.
Yeah.
It's just you.
Ski walking, whatever it's called.
So how are you going to achieve this? No one's ever done it.
So so people have done it with kiting.
Uh-huh.
And there's a guy that claims that he's done it. Sorry, there's a guy that claims he's done it, but it wasn't a full crossing. It was an inland crossing, where it doesn't include the ice shelves. It's very technical area. And there's a guy that attempted it about a year ago, and he got 60 days in. He got to the South Pole and called it quits, I think.
Jeez, 60 days. So how long does that take for you? How long is it meant to take?
Depends on how fast I go in it.
What do you think you're going to do it in?
I don't know, because we haven't set the proper route yet.
Uh-huh.
But we would call it 90 days, and I
Wow.
would say, yeah.
And you got a sled behind you with all your
You're
like
pulling,
provisions.
if it's unsupported, you're pulling about 180 kilos worth of weight
No
behind
way.
you. And obviously every day you're losing about 1.2 kilos off the sled,
Uh-huh.
but you got to take your rubbish. So you're not losing everything, you're keeping.
Yeah.
You've got a bag full of, you're eating food,
And your poop.
you're using fuel, exactly, your shit, your piss, everything's got to go with you.
That's crazy.
Yeah. I'm gonna do the same thing, day by day vlog,
Yeah.
getting through it.
That's cool, huh?
Yeah. but-
I think it's something like, we're going to link all his socials below, but like I went back to it just recently before I had this chat with you, and it's just like so captivating. The way that you really like it feels like I'm there. It feels like I'm in it. I love that unpolished version of the socials where it's kind of like we're on the journey with you to the summit of Everest or across, you know, Antarctica or like any of these things. It's quite cool how you portray it. It's epic, dude.
And that's what I try to, just keep it raw as.
Keep it raw, yeah. Like
and
people
I think that's what people
want to see.
appreciate. Yeah.
People want to see that.
Yeah. People were tuning in from all over, like on TikTok. TikTok blew up.
Yeah.
And this is my second account. Right?
Is
my
it?
first account, I couldn't monetize because I made it in Vietnam while traveling.
So you had to
So I had to
new one.
restart in like November time.
Oh no
last
way!
year.
Oh,
And
that's recent.
this one done better than the old account.
Yeah. It
So
feels like you've cracked.
I'm not complaining, is it?
I'm not going to say it was from me, and you on Ching, and inspiring you, but
Definitely like.
I want some
Yeah.
some profits from that.
Fuck
But
yeah.
that's cool, dude. I mean, so much more to talk about. But he has amazing videos on YouTube, on TikTok, on Instagram. We're going to link below so you can check out his you did like a full series. You did all sorts of shit.
Yeah, we've got some Nicaragua content coming out.
Amazing stuff. But I want to hear, I feel like you can give words of advice to, just the general population, but yachties that want to become an engineer or people wanting to get into the industry and stuff. What would you kind of say to them? Or wanting to climb a mountain even, the biggest mountain.
Oh crap.
I don't know.
I don't know. I wouldn't really take inspiration from me, innit?
No. Is there anything you could say to them to kind of push them through and just, I don't know, not give up?
That's very cliche, innit?
It is,
Not
but
give up, but it's
No, but
true
yeah, that's
though,
what
innit? Like you just,
you're the perfect example.
you know what? Sometimes you just gotta just keep going, and it's like, you know what? Sometimes it's about that first step. People are very, very scared to take the first step because of how it might look in someone else's eyes. And you know what? When you're looking at things like that, yeah, sometimes when you're scared to take that first step, or you know when people start with content creation, they're like, oh, I'm gonna get judged by this person, by this person, by this person. Okay, so eliminate this person, this person, and this person from your equation. Who now? Because there's people that love the videos I make, that love them, like really like, you know, are grateful and stuff like that.
Get
And then there's
inspiration
people,
from it.
yeah, exactly. And then there's people that, you know, I'll be like, oh, they're probably cringing. But if you eliminate them from the equation, then who's really cringing? I'm not making the content for them.
No, exactly.
I'm making it for the 10, 20, 30, 40,000 other people that like watching this, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah, if you're gonna get into yachting, just know what you're getting. Try to get some experience first, like know what you're getting into. Because a lot of people are like, oh yeah, I wanna make yachting my whole life. I don't.
There's some people that do, some people that don't, but I think the point here is like you are using yachting to really do the things you love.
Exactly.
And that's, you know, summiting mountains and crossing.
It comes with benefits, you know.
Yeah,
like,
it does.
You know, as a British seafarer, we're not paying tax on our income. We still declare it, but because we're away from the country for so many
half
days,
a year or whatever.
Exactly. Then we don't have to pay it. Food, accommodation. Yeah, you travel if you use it. Like, you know, that's where you came in. We're like, yeah, you travel, but if I'm in the engine room the whole time, I don't see it. But if you capture it, if you take your drone out, if you take a video, if you capture it, make a reel about it, you can relive that. You can relive that moment. Oh, yeah. I love it. You scroll down the camera, it's like you're like, yo.
When you get dementia and you can always go back to, you know,
that's what I'm thinking.
80,
like,
90 years old.
You're 90, yeah, and you're like, yo, I did this. Some of the videos on my camera are madness.
It's super cool. So I think this is a very different perspective to anyone else that we kind of had on. Like you're using it to do, you know, to fund the things that you really want to do. Even though that you are amazing at your job and like you're great at it, but you're doing some cool stuff with the money you're making from yachting. Yeah. So it can be used in that way, I guess.
Yeah, and that's why I suggest, you know.
Amazing. So, dude.
Come on, brother.
That's it for this week's episode. Thanks for dropping by the galley for a chat. We'll see you later and take care.